hello there, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Brown Versations.
Pew, 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 pew.
Why don't we have air horns?
I don't know. No, just kidding. I don't know.
I am so gonna try to find that for next time. We need the air horns. Oh my God. Okay. Hey y'all. What up? What up? Hey Sam. How are you? You're cute over there.
I'm good. How are you? I like the earrings. I love those. I don't know what
I was just about to say, were we like peeking through each other's window this afternoon, long distance?
Where it's like ready? You were like
synchronization.
Yeah.
It's the ESPN.
Yes. Okay, I'll take it. I like that. It's the ESPN that we got going on. It's just the How was your weekend?
Oh my gosh, I had a really great weekend. I had the opportunity to be a keynote speaker this weekend, and it was like the most fulfilling experience. I got to talk to educators all across the state of Connecticut about reclaiming our time, reclaiming our voice, and reclaiming our space, honey. And honey, it was lit. Okay.
Congratulations. I saw that. I was excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm glad that it was really well. Welcome, everyone. You know, me and Kimberland have to do our pleasantries. I know we talked before this, but we still have to do our pleasantries on here. But welcome, everyone.
Yeah. So tell us how your weekend was right quick.
It was good. Actually, I went hiking and I met some new friends. And what else did I? Oh, I went to a reggae festival in Dallas, the Dallas Reggae Festival. And it was good. It was actually really good. There's a lot of white performers.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't mean they're not from Jamaica. Okay. But it was just interesting because you know what was so interesting, y'all, is like, you know, when white performers, when they're performing, what they'll do is they're like, I don't like
really extra.
Jamaican festival, or is this like a rock festival?
Oh, like the rock, the
they're like
pit situation.
To Jamaican music. So I didn't know you could do that to Jamaican music. So that was different.
We're both like, that's different. Okay. Good. Congratulations to them. That was funny. Well, y'all, we are so excited to be back. Y'all know it's always like reuniting with old friends as we get to hang out here. So welcome. We see you all logging in. If you have not done so already, go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. Also, if this is your very first time hanging out with us here on BrownVersations, please let us know that as well. We love to celebrate our first timers and new folks to our beautiful brown girl community. So definitely shout yourself out if you are here for the first time. Type first time in the comments. If you are always here, you are a committed member of our beautiful brown girl community and our BrownVersations squad here. Go ahead and type OG in the comments. We're feeling, real. Yeah. Go ahead. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Go ahead. All right. I got the giggles. Let me just go ahead and say that. I have the giggles, and I'm going to try my hardest to control these giggles because they are coming out tonight.
Yes,
I see it.
Let them overflow with.
Yes, overflow with goodness, these giggles. So we do have a couple first timers here. It looks like Carmetta is here for the first time from Raleigh, North Carolina. First timer, and Spirit Fingers for the first timers. Sab, we need some kind of thing to celebrate our OGs. Like, what's an OG dance that we could do for our folks that are here all the time?
Gosh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Do we like hit them with a? I know I'm like, do we hit them with a Cabbage Patch or like a little prep or like what? What y'all want y'all dance to be? Tell us in the comments because we always do the Spirit Fingers for our first timers and we never do anything for the OGs. So y'all figure that out in the comments for us and let us know what that's gonna be. All right.
Or like I learned when I was watching, what's that show, Anna Delvey, and when the woman was just like, "You look," I don't know. That's what it meant when you look good. She was
like we see you.
I don't know if that's a. Oh yes, exactly. I love that, Kimberland.
I do that to people in real life. I be like, I see you, because I gotta be extra. So yes, sorry, we are getting so distracted, y'all. Let us focus. Okay, but we are gonna look. We have a vote for the Cabbage Patch. The Running Man. Now, Jackie, if you don't cut it out, girl, that you try to test these 40-year-old knees, girl. Stop it. Stop it right now. Okay, so again, focus. Let me put my focus, because y'all be tending to be off track. Irma says she like your hat, Sab.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
They are, the people are loving it. Okay, so let's see real quick where folks are watching from. Let's see. We have Linda from Seattle, Tacoma. We have LS from Atlanta, Sabrina from North Carolina. Candace is here from Arlington, Virginia. Tamika from Maryland. Alice from Cleveland. Oh, God.
No, that's why I call it that.
Jackie from Florida. Latasha, I don't know if we gave you spirit fingers, girl, from Knoxville, Tennessee. If you didn't, here they are. Okay. Spirit fingers to you. Let's see who else. We have Yolanda is here from Long Beach, California. We have Carmetta is also a first timer here from Raleigh, North Carolina. Sab is giving you what was this called?
Girl,
did they do that at the reggae festival?
I don't know.
That would have been my go-to.
I don't know.
In there like,
I don't know. No, but it was good music.
No cry. Hey.
They played that. They played a lot to Bob Marley.
Girl, I'm doing the most. Okay, Kylie is here from Miami. Let me see who else is here. Karen is here from Tacoma. Molly from St. Louis. We got Adriana from Cali. Nikki is here from North Carolina. Is deep up in here today. Angela, first timer. Okay. Tianda is here from Indianapolis. Andrea from Sunrise, Florida. Angela from New Jersey. Irma from Queens. Sarah is here from St. Louis. Why is North Carolina? Is there a North Carolina convention going on? Girl, Stacy, Ashley, and Phoenix are here from North Carolina. Come on,
North Carolina. Go ahead, take your shirt off. What? Run your head, but like a helicopter. North Carolina.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's all right. So, welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are going to try our best. Let me use the I statements. I, Kimberland, am going to try my best to focus. Okay, let me get my feet planted. Let me get grounded because I'm doing the most today. Ashley said they just lit. You're in the right place, sis. You're in the right place. So those of you who are first timers, you might be wondering, where are you? Right? What is happening right now? So let me go ahead and do our official welcome. Welcome to BrownVersations. This is our virtual platform where we talk about all things Brown Girl related. We're here to connect you to other like-minded women and give you a platform to share your voice in the BrownVersations that matter to us and those we care about. We invite you to follow beautiful brown girls and follow us individually as we take this journey through life. My name is Kimberland. I come to you all from Mexico City, Mexico. I am an educator, educational consultant, advocate, author, blogger, podcaster, doing the moster. And tonight, I am one of your hosts for BrownVersations.
All of the things. Thank you, Kimberland. Well, I am Sab Jackson, and I come to you from Dallas, Texas, sunny Dallas, Texas. I am also one of your co-hosts this evening. I'm a marketing professional. I am a new business owner, a forever student, a podcaster, daughter to Barbara, sister to Maria, sister to Tawana, and sister to Sybil. And I am just excited to be here. So welcome to my home. To our home. Our home. Make yourself comfortable. Get yourself a drink.
Shoes off. twerk a
Yes,
little
just get
something,
comfortable.
just do what you do. Okay. Natasha says she loves it doing the moster. You can have it. You can have it, girl. Just go ahead on and co-opt that thing. So to those of you who are here for the first time, you may not necessarily know about Beautiful Brown Girls. So just a little bit about us. We are an organization where we are all about sisterhood, support, and self-care. We create authentic friendships, swap stories, experiences, ideas, love, inspiration, acceptance. We really are about making sure that everyone lives their very best life. And we are so super excited to be here with you all. We are here every other Monday, right here on the Facebooks and the YouTubes, hanging out with you all. So definitely want to spread the word and let other people know. They said the word is spreading like fire in North Carolina. We also want to make sure that you all know that we have the opportunity for you to be a part of our VIP member space. And our VIP space is a place where you can have even Lord Jesus, deeper and richer conversations. I was going to say dipper. It was kind of going together. Deeper and richer conversations with other brown girls across the country and abroad. We have classes, we have book clubs, we have workout clubs, we have daily motivations, we have discounts, we have trips,
wellness workshops,
all kind of stuff, y'all. So the membership is only $25 for the entire year, and all of the perks that you get with that. So if that's something that is calling your name, go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com and you'll be able to check that out. All right, Sab, you ready to jump into this? Because
let's do it. We got
a
lively slate of fun, interesting things to talk to you ladies about.
Facts. So let's get to it. So we always want to provide updates if things come up about stories that we have covered previously. Yep. And one of the things that we talked about last show was this moment that is here. It's all good. No worries. So if you have not been aware of what was happening during the Oscars, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith then got up and slapped him. And now Will Smith is experiencing all types of consequences. Shut up, girl. It's been everywhere over the news. But if you're on a news fast, or maybe you just come to BrownVersations for your news, we got you. Okay. So that's what had happened. All right. Now, what is some of the fallout that has also occurred? So Bad Boys 4 was reportedly in the works, and now that has been put on pause. As things are kind of shaking out. Yeah. We also got word that Will Smith resigned from the Academy last Friday. And basically that means that, he resigned, but then they banned him after that. So he resigned and basically said, I'm sorry and I'm gonna do better, and change takes time. I'm committed to doing the work, what have you.
Do we want to define what resign means and what ban means?
Sure. So resign means that he decided to remove himself from the situation. In other words, I quit, right? Banned means we ain't want you coming back anyway. Okay. So it's not funny, but I'm doing the most. Okay. But he is he's now resigned and banned from the Oscars for 10 years, which means that he cannot appear at any events or anything like that. He can still be nominated, but he can't appear. So even if he wins, somebody has to accept for him, whatever. So that happened. Then we also, this is the Academy's statement about that. For a period of 10 years, from April 8th, 2022 to April 8th, 2032, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any events, programs, in person or virtually, included but not limited to the Academy Awards. He also had a project that was happening with Netflix called Fast and Loose that has also been put on hold, or Netflix backed out of that. We've also gotten word that his talent agency considered dumping him. The Oscars, the committee is split on whether they should actually take his Oscar. It's a lot that's going on with this situation. And I lost the comment of who said they're making an example out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I totally believe that because right, Karen, not the pedophiles though. Like y'all, what's that man name? Harvey Weinstein still got his stuff. Woody Allen still got his stuff. Like it's the most. Like all of a sudden, white America is so outraged. And this is my thing. And then you can say your thing, and then we'll move on. Will Smith has had a flawless career. Has never had real scandals. Like the only scandals that come out about him is about his marriage, or for instance, when Jaden moved out, or Willow cut her hair, or whatever, like growing pains type stuff. Will Smith has not been violent. He has not been has a history of this type of behavior. They're doing the most, bro. They are doing the most. And I love Will Smith. And I have said, even when we talked about it last time, like he definitely should have handled this a different way. I get like all of the trauma and everything that caused him to be triggered and to go through with this action. But we're not going to act like he just be out here beating people's on sight. Like we're not going to do that.
Was it a lot though, ladies? 10 years, I think, is extensive, but I do think it was warranted. He assaulted someone. I do. I think you assaulted someone on national television with millions of people watching. Outside of Chris Rock's trauma, you know, he said that he's not going to speak publicly unless he's actually going to get paid. But like his previous trauma, he's been open about his trauma. I don't care about all of the why he tased people's trauma, but like I'm thinking about Will. I'm thinking about Chris, but yeah, I do think I think 10 years is kind of extensive, but I do think the banning is warranted, but all of this white outrage, snowflaking fallout, outrage is kind of like I don't know, his talent agency, you ain't going to remove Will Smith. You ain't removing him. Like that's so yeah, I just think it was a little too much, the 10 years.
So you agree that there should have been some type of consequence, but not necessarily for this length of time.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree that whatever, I honestly, I feel like a year, maybe 2 would have been enough because he's not, able to appear. Usually the actor who has won Best Actor presents Best Actress the next year. He won't be able to do that, right? So all of those types of things I feel like are the natural consequences. But yeah, I feel like people are going overboard with this, and it's starting to feel like very, very, very extra. So we definitely want to pray for Will. And I say that earnestly just because I know that he has dealt with mental health concerns in the past. And he very much is about, not necessarily that he's a people pleaser, but he cares what people think. So I really have been praying for him a lot, that his mental state will not allow him to enter this shame and guilt spiral and all of that kind of stuff that can happen, because he doesn't need that. So,
well, speaking of prayers that were answered, congratulations to Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She was confirmed to the Supreme Court. She's the first Black woman to serve as a justice in the 230 some odd years history of the Supreme Court. She was President Joe Biden's first Supreme Court nominee of his tenure, and she will actually be sworn in after Justice Stephen Breyer. He retires sometime this summer, so she'll remain in her current position until he retires sometime this June. So she's a current U.S. Court of Appeals judge. So congratulations. Like, we're all excited. We're all feeling the feel. I teared up a little. I didn't cry, but I did tear up a little bit because this is a momentous and special moment. So huge. I'm wondering, Kimberland, how did you feel when you saw the news? And ladies, how did you feel when you saw the news too?
So
Okay. What were you
I
doing?
have been
Oh,
on a news strike, right? So I knew that it was happening, and I didn't watch any of the confirmation proceedings. I didn't watch the actual vote. Like I was just like, I cannot do this. But I did go back. Actually, this picture that's here on the left, where she's standing at the podium, is from one of my friends. She and her wife actually went to the ceremony. So this is her picture from the front row. Okay, come on, access. I was like, oh, come on, sis. But so I did go back and I watched it afterwards, and she reminds me of like an aunt or a mom, or like she reminds me of somebody I know. Like I feel like I know her.
Mhm.
Even more so than I felt like with Kamala Harris. I feel like with Justice Katanji that it's like she's familiar, like she feels familiar. So I'm just excited. Like I'm really excited. I can't wait for her to actually don the robe, and they update the pictures and all of that kind of stuff. Like I'm really looking forward to that. Aisha said she's relieved she deserved this. It was very clear that she deserved this and that this is
Mhm.
an assignment for her. I
Mhm.
appreciated that in her speech, where she was saying, she was on assignment and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to make it, but she has. Like I honor that. So yeah, shout out.
But also, I wanted to make note that yes, we should be feeling all the feels right now. We should be really excited. So take in this moment, everybody, but also understand that the court is still a 6-3 conservative majority.
It
So that
is.
means they can still do a lot of unfortunate damage. So we need like 4 more Justice Jacksons on the bench to um, do the right thing, for lack of a
Yeah.
better word. And I say do the right thing just because voting rights bill, and they're still
Right.
ideating,
There's some real work.
Roe v. They're still thinking about trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. So those are things that are still actually on the table. The
Hmm.
what was the voting rights bill? The gentleman that passed away.
Is it John Lewis?
Yes, that still hasn't passed, but everything else
Hmm.
passes. So yeah, those things are still on the table, literally on their desks. So
Yeah.
yes, let's feel the feels, but also still keep our focus on the things that are also really important.
Absolutely. And make sure we keep her in prayer too, y'all, because them white people, they was mad.
And real
Um,
quick, do we want
go
to
ahead.
do your soror announcement, or is that like later on?
I put it at the top of top news. So
Oh, okay. Excuse
yeah,
me.
so I put
You
it
put her at
so
the
we
top,
can
top. Excuse me.
you know.
Excuse me.
You're so funny. So let's jump into these new releases that
Yes.
we have.
So it's a lot of new. So what are we watching this April? What should we be watching? I don't know if the movie theaters are filling back up, but I know the laptop screens and the streaming services are still doling them out. So some things that are coming out this April with let me see, any given Sunday. I'm just looking like the things that I would be interested in.
Oh, I'm like,
Warner
no,
Brothers.
no,
Like, okay. And Barack Obama, he is narrating Our Great National Parks. So, him and Michelle have a production deal with Netflix to produce content. So he will be narrating the National Parks nature documentary series called Our Great National Parks. And it's slated for April 13th. So those are some things from
yes.
Strong Black Lead Netflix.
He can narrate anything, I feel like. I
You
feel
think
like Barack Obama, yeah, I feel like he's one of those people where it's like you can narrate the phone book and people will listen.
so? He's a great
Absolutely.
orator, but he does a lot of pause. No, he pauses because he's thinking, and I know
Yeah.
he's a thinker.
It's
So
intentional. It's like intentional and deliberate. Like I
yeah.
love that. So we also got word of some movies that are leaving Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So last chance to catch some of these in April if you
Oh
have a desire,
yes,
right?
the Green
So
Mile.
The Green Mile is one.
Liar,
This is
liar.
This is one of my favorites. I forgot how much I appreciated this movie.
I didn't even know it was on Netflix, so I gotta hurry.
I didn't either. I need to watch it. Like, this is one of the movies. Jim Carrey for me has always been like so great at physical comedy and all of that. But this movie was so relatable to me. So that's one. No, because just because of how he wanted to say stuff, like you be having all this stuff in your head, and usually you don't say it. But then when it's like when your filter is off, like y'all see me tonight, I'm cutting a fool. I need to get my life together. So yeah, this is one that I'm definitely gonna have. Aisha says she's never seen all of it. Girl, you better hurry up and go catch it because it's about to be gone at the end of the month. We also have what is this? Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Oh, I love this one. Yes, Despicable Me 1 and 2 are on Netflix. I don't know when they're leaving, but just know that they'll be leaving sometime in April. But I like Despicable Me. This is my first time being introduced to the Minions.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they've taken off now. They got a whole.
I have a Minion. I'll show it to you, but
you're committed. You're committed to this Minion mission. Okay, great. We also have, I don't know if you all have ever seen this movie. This is The Last Black Man. Hold on, let me find the real name.
Yep,
The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I was going to say The Last Black Man Standing. So this is the first time that I was introduced to Jonathan Majors, who's the gentleman on the left, and he's been in Lovecraft Country. He was in The Harder They Fall. This was the first time I was introduced to this. And this movie to me kind of has like a Spike Lee feel. How Spike Lee kind of, there's a different narration style as opposed to just going chronologically. But I really like this movie. So if you're looking for something new to check out, that one is pretty good. This is one of my favorites, The First Wives Club.
Okay.
I literally, I don't know why I like this movie so much. I really just like the last scene when they're dancing. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they're like, and don't tell me what to do, and don't tell me what to say. And again, my rebellious spirit, I'm like, yes, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. Yeah. So anyway, that's one of my favorites. And then also Clueless.
Okay.
I used to know this movie by heart. Like when I tell you I have watched Clueless in my teenage years, probably 500 times.
I didn't know this one was on Netflix either. And I was telling you that I loved Clueless until Stacey Dash and all of her shenanigans started to really mar this film and its legacy behind this film. Like I can't watch it now and not think of how much of a idiot she is in watching it. So,
well, all right. How do you really feel? So if Clueless is one that you want to check out, it is there too until the end of the month.
So yes, so I did not know that Regina King. So we also want to. So yes, Regina King. So we got some first look and some pictures of Regina King and Terrence Howard for a film that they're doing. They're doing a Shirley Chisholm biopic that will be on Netflix. But I'm really glad to see this because her son passed away. How long ago, ladies?
It wasn't long. A few months.
Yeah, she's back to work, and I know that the work doesn't stop. And I don't know how long you need to bereave in Hollywood, but still that still comes top of mind for me, for her. But she is portraying Shirley Chisholm, and Howard will be portraying her husband in a new biopic on Netflix. The release date is to be determined, and it will chronicle the Congresswoman's 1972 presidential campaign, where she made history as the first Black woman and first Black woman to seek a nomination for president of the United States. When I first saw these pictures, I'm like, how did they get that gap in her mouth? Because Shirley Chisholm has had a gap in her mouth. I didn't do that. Because some movie stars actually go the extra mile to fix their teeth and lose weight and cut their hair and do all of those things.
Right.
Someone like, did she really do the dental work to get the gap in her mouth?
Yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is that Regina King can't do no wrong in my eyes.
Yes,
okay?
I agree.
Sis be on it. And number 2, I can't wait to see Terrence Howard, man. Yo,
I don't don't know much about her husband. All I hear is her. So it'd be interesting to be introduced from my perspective to her husband. Like, I didn't know anything about, I didn't even know she was married.
I don't know anything about her husband either, but what I know about Terrence Howard is you can't take that Memphis out of him from that hustle and flow. And I can't wait to see it. So we don't have a date yet for that, but definitely definitely excited for when this comes out, man. Okay. And it's gonna be I got the giggles. I'm trying my hardest. Okay, so we also got word that Oprah is sitting down with Viola Davis. They have done a Netflix special where Viola Davis is announcing the release of her memoir that she's going to be putting out, and she's sitting down with Queen Oprah. Yes. So it is airing later this month on the 22nd. Viola Davis's memoir is called Finding Me. So as she is sitting down with Oprah, she's going to talk about her childhood, her career, what brings her peace, what brings her happiness, how she found happiness after troubling young adulthood. Really excited about this. I love Viola Davis. She is one of my top favorite actresses. I feel like she embodies roles that she is in, and but I at the same time don't know a lot about her life. So I think it will be really interesting to see her speaking candidly about her life and her experiences. And Oprah has a way of pulling out all the things. So super excited about that. So that'll be coming out on April 22nd.
That's a really great point. You mentioned I don't know much about Viola's life. I love her as an actress. One of my favorite movies so far. Well, I'm sure a myriad of my most recent favorite is the Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Did I get the name right? I loved her portrayal of Ma Rainey.
She did that. And she was not Viola. She was Ma Rainey.
Yes.
So that's what I like about her is I feel like she really does embody that character holistically. So that is coming out pretty soon, April 22nd. So mark your calendars for that. So having said that, let's jump on into these top news topics. And I did put a top news that was important to me, okay, at the top of the top news topics. So I want to say congratulations to my new soror, Lovey Ajayi Jones. I have been following Lovey for a really long time. She is a New York Times best-selling author a couple times over. Her book, Professional Troublemaker, has taken off on the New York Best Times list. She also is putting out a teen edition soon for your teens and your tweens to learn how to build themselves up. Well, anyway, Chicago Metro Alumni Chapter just crossed the line, and Lovey was on it. So Lovey Ajayi Jones is now known as in Deltaland as the orator. So congratulations, soror. She got her pyramid, and I had to inspect it. I'm like, okay, all right, we got the pinkest stuff. Okay, all right, we look like we looking good. But it was quite a few of them. She was number 25. I want to say they had 70 something, maybe like 73.
God.
Like it was hella. But congratulations, 70 something, child. Yes.
Chicago is a big city.
It is.
Okay, I get it.
It is.
Right,
it is. But they did the thing. It was. I saw a lot of videos, and 79. Adriana said, "Thank you, soror." So it was a lot of them. Okay, a lot of them.
Well, congratulations! I want to show that D9 love. So ski-oop to Lovey. I'm excited for her. I'm excited that she's entering in the Greekdom world. Yes. So it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited for her. I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Ladies. I'm sorry. I say guys a lot. Please, ladies, don't take offense to that. Like, I'm from Wisconsin. I say guys a lot. I do. Like, I don't want people to be like, it's she, her, hers. It's they, them, they. And I'm like, we talked about this on the show before.
Try to replace guys with folks. See if you can do
folks.
that.
I'm gonna try that.
Or people.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
So thank you. But I'm
My
excited
pleasure.
for her and your dynasty.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so New York's Mayor Eric Adams announced recently a citywide doula initiative. Now, what is a doula? I feel like we all know what a doula is, but for those of you who do not know, a doula is a trained professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to a mother before, during, and shortly after her childbirth. Now, the project aims to provide access to doulas in New York City for over 500 plus families by the end of June. And they're trying to tackle the racial disparities in maternal health outcomes that we hear about disparities in Black women dying during childbirth. And the first thing that also comes to mind for me is Judge Glenda Hatchett's daughter-in-law. And I remember that story so vividly, and how she talked about how her daughter-in-law was, I believe she talked about her not feeling well, or she was bleeding. They were essentially advocating for her after childbirth, and she ended up unfortunately dying shortly after childbirth. But this initiative is trying to address the fact that Black women are 3 times as likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women, according to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Charlemagne, the god from The Breakfast Club, thank you, talks about this a lot with his wife and their 4th child, and how she had a doula. He's had this doula on the show at least a couple times to really highlight the importance of having a doula and how he really advocates for it. So I think this is pretty cool what New York is doing. Hopefully this will be similar to like the Crown Act, where it spreads to different cities, and they create initiatives around the country for this. So I thought that this was pretty cool to mention, and just wanted to bring all this information to you ladies to let you guys know what they're doing in New York City for Black women and their childbirthing efforts.
Yeah, I appreciate this because that mayor has been doing a lot of problematic things. So I do want to celebrate the fact that he is doing this for Black women. And I also wanted to shout out Danewa, who is the leader of our sister circles here at Beautiful Brown Girls. She's a doula. So it is a thing, and it's something, especially in our communities, that we feel safer when there are people like us who are helping to bring new life into the world. So that's awesome. And then I see Alice said there's a doula program in Cleveland. So if that's something that Adriana says, she's a doula midwife advocate. So if this is something that you are interested in, like, we encourage lots of women of color to get into this field so that we can really take care of our own, and don't have to fall prey to some of the biases that happen. I'm not sure. There's a question, does insurance cover doulas? I'm not sure if somebody knows that, if you'll answer that in the comments for us, for Tracy Lynn, because we'd appreciate that, as well as others in our community. So if you'll answer that for us.
Oh, baby.
Hey, speaking of babies.
So yeah, so the beautiful Shanti received her flowers with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I have yet to experience the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I will do it. I've been in LA, but not the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Cool.
So coming 20 years after dropping her self-titled debut album in 2002, yikes, she's been around for a minute. Yeah. She has been honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The happy singer was presented with the 2,718th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Hollywood Boulevard. And they pay for these, by the way. But they have to be nominated. We talked about this last episode with Morris Chestnut getting his, and you have to be nominated by someone, and it's a big deal. But she's quoted as saying, "It's still hitting me. I'm still stunned. Okay. This is proof to everyone out there that dreams really do come true." Ashanti is always so happy, so jovial, so excited, always smiling. I love Ashanti. I like Ashanti a lot. Do you have a favorite Ashanti song? Anyone in community? Like, she's written a lot. She's been featured. Like, we know we associate her with Ja Rule, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all I can hear.
Baby,
Murder.
baby, 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 baby.
Yes, I like that. I feel like my Ashanti
Baby,
jams
baby,
are linked
baby.
to time, not necessarily the fact that I really love the song.
Ah, baby.
I appreciate Ashanti. I think she is gorgeous. Sing though, I don't know about that. You say she's written a lot, and I'm sure that like
Mhm,
some of the songs that she's written, but
mhm.
I feel like her collabs were really powerful. But I never went out and bought an Ashanti album,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Yes, I have.
But
Yep,
you have.
I have her
Wow.
first one.
Wow. That's
Because
awesome.
that was around the time her and Beyonce were pretty. Beyonce
Uh,
released her solo album,
uh-huh.
and then Ashanti released her solo album. And I remember it was a big thing, like whose album is going to sell the most. I don't know
Okay.
who album sold the most, but
Interesting.
I remember.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think Baby 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 is probably one that I liked, and Foolish
Oh
I think
yes,
is
Foolish
another
too.
one.
I forgot about that one.
Hmm.
So many.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go dig in the crates. I used to say was love. I just heard that one the other.
What's
Got to
the
do, got to do with it. See,
do?
that's what I mean. Like I hear the collab. Like I just hear her on the hook, but not
Mhm.
necessarily her singing. So I'm gonna have Alexa play that tonight. Maybe that's what I'll vibe out to is some Ashanti songs. So
Well, congratulations. How do you do that? How do you do that? Well, congratulations, Ashanti. Yes, I gotta learn that. I gotta learn that. So,
yes.
congratulations to Miss Ashanti.
Absolutely. So speaking of songs that sold the most and albums that sold the most, the Grammys were this past weekend, hosted by
Didn't watch
Trevor
it.
Noah.
Didn't
And
watch it.
here we have on the right is John Baptiste. He is actually a New Orleans native, graduate of St. Augustine Catholic all boys high school. He was, I think he won 5 Grammys there that night. So he absolutely was racking up. The Grammys went off without a hitch. There were no incidents or anything that happened. There was some shade that was thrown, but no incidents. Silk Sonic did a complete sweep. So I don't know if you all have been on Silk Sonic, but if you have not, you need to get on them. They won the
I'm saying.
2022 award for Song of the Year. They also won Best R&B Performance, Best R&B Song, and Record of the Year. So they really like did the thing. And Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak, like they are both such characters, like
They got up like,
characters.
yes. I
Like,
love them too, Trish. I love them so much.
oh my
I
God.
love this song. Can I admit that I am a car dancer? I am a car dancer.
I
This song
believe
is
it.
on heavy rotation in my car, and I'm so emotive in my
Yes.
car. I don't give a fudge who's looking at me. And do I have slightly tinted windows? Anyway, I dance in my car to this song a lot. And
Love
to
it.
Kimberly's point, they are characters. Like you see how they got up when
They
they
a
were.
mess. They a whole mess. And I knew we were when they released Leave the Door Open, I knew we were gonna be in for a show because Anderson Paak is already a mess in his own right.
I know.
Bruno Mars is a mess in his own right. So the two of them together, I was like, oh, this is about to be magic, honey. So yeah, they definitely, I love this old school vibe that they're embodying, even through their looks, like totally dope. Also want to give big
I
shout
turn her
out
hair.
to Jasmine Sullivan. So Jasmine Sullivan has been in the music game for a long time. And she actually won her first Grammy after 12 years of making music in many, many, many nominations
Blasphemous.
for her record Hotels. I don't know if you all have listened to Hotels. It is one of my favorite albums. Jasmine Sullivan is one of my favorite singers. But Jasmine dedicated her album to creating space for Black women and to tell our stories and to appreciate and embody all of ourselves and all of our pleasure and all of that kind of stuff that we talk about.
Mhm.
So I was really, really, really excited excited to see her win. This is so well deserved. And she's such a humble spirit. So I was super excited about that. Yes, Aisha, from Bust the Windows, honey, that used to be my jam. I bust the windows out your car. Let me tell y'all something. Thank the Lord for Jesus. Because, honey, I took that thing to heart. You hear me? Thank the Lord for Jesus and good friends.
Ooh, Kimberland. You
Honey,
didn't like you. Are you
it kept
implicating
me.
yourself live on
No,
BrownVersations?
they kept me on the straight and narrow. Because, child, at that time when that song came out, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, for
Oh
deliverance.
gosh, I
So
model
anyway,
sentiments. Like I like Jasmine Sullivan. I do. I don't like. I'm not hardcore for anyone. I don't think, but I do. I did like this album. I love how she was really open about. She was really vulnerable too, talking about how certain men made her feel and what
right.
she did for certain men. I was just like, that is just very vulnerable because we think it, but we don't say it out
Yeah,
loud.
we
But for
did
her
it
to say it
though.
out loud,
We did it.
it was just it was a really vulnerable album for her. And I bought it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like it. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Miss Jasmine Sullivan. She
Shout
has a
out.
beautiful voice. And when
Yeah.
she dipped her toe back into the industry, I'll be really quick. When she dipped her toe back in the industry and she talked about like why she decided to step away, it was because of a man. It was just like,
Yeah. But look at how her being able and that's really good info, because when I went back and listened to Hotels the other day, I really listened. Like I've jammed and I vibed, but I never really listened. This last time I really listened, and I was like, Lord, this girl is telling my story of what happened in the 20s, Jesus. Like it is really serious. So so shout out to Jasmine. Congratulations on that. We had some key performances that also happened. I don't know if y'all caught Justin Bieber has been around a long time as well. I don't know if y'all caught Justin Bieber's rendition of his song Peaches.
y'all see this stink face? But
Bruh, real talk though, you need to go look it up. Like I was sitting here like, you better sing, Justin.
For real, Kimberland.
Real life, I would not lie to you.
I had not watched it.
I would not lie to you. I am so serious. I have not listened to Justin Bieber sing a note since baby, ooh. And I listened to this performance real life. It was like an acoustic piano stripped down. And then he brought in, I think it's Giveon, and I forget the other guy that's on there. On the song with him, one of y'all, Daniel Caesar, I don't know, one of them folks was on there. But let me tell you something. I am a believer. Okay, again, because this young man, he sang that song. He sang it. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak also performed, and Nas performed, which was really interesting because I was like, I like Nas, and I've grown up listening to Nas, but I was like, I felt like that was like a little curveball. I didn't expect it, but he did a really good job. So, y'all got to go Google these performances. I'm telling you, they were. Nas is a vampire. Brother been around. Ain't nothing changed with his hair. Okay. Exactly. Ain't nothing changed with his hair. So then we also had some fashions that we wanted to highlight. So we have Meg the Stallion, who is here. Meg. And I know she's been doing amazing. We have Billy Porter, was rocking his hot pink. And then we also have Lil Nas X. You don't like it? It's purple.
I don't like the black lip. I like the pink.
I think it's purple.
Oh, it looked black.
Yeah. It looks like it's purple. But at any rate, they had some stunning looks. And then we also have, this is SZA here on the left. I really liked hers. Chloe Bailey. I'm not going to unpack the Chloe Bailey box. I'm going to just say, if y'all haven't seen her new video.
Insert Shannon Sharp's face on Sabrina right now.
Yo, go watch it. All I'm gonna say is I didn't use my 20s body the way that I should have. And then her is stunning in this yellow. She also performed with Lenny Kravitz, so that was really beautiful. Then Tiffany Haddish. So I don't know if y'all been watching this glow up. I don't know. Sis must got a new stylist. She has been killing it on these carpets. Okay. I saw this gold ensemble with the platinum blonde hair. Like I was here for this. Like
Yeah.
it was really, really dope. And I just feel like she is really just blossoming. But she was in the news this
Did she jump
past,
any red carpets this
did
time?
she what?
Did she jump
Jump?
over any red carpets to talk to any white
No,
celebrities this time? Or was
she
she
did not.
okay,
She
good.
she conducted herself in
She
elegance and
comported
grace.
herself. Okay.
She did.
Okay.
But she was in the news because there was a reporter that was talking to her after the Oscars. And these were her two looks from the Oscars. So the one on the left is the look
Matched.
that she had during the show. And then the one on the right is the one that she had for the Vanity Fair after party.
Mhm.
And basically, the reporter asked her, she said something like, oh, I see you had a costume change. You did a little costume change. And Tiffany was like, this is not a costume.
Mhm.
This is real life. This is called the ball gown. This is what it looks like when you have money. This is what it looks like with success. This is what it looks like. Then she went on to talk about the fact that the reporter didn't have any shoes on. It was a white girl. So she was like, where are your shoes? Oh, okay. Like, so it was a very interesting exchange. So, what we wanted to know from you all, because I understood why Tiffany did that. I felt like the statement was very microaggressive. I feel like that reporter was trying to get people all night to comment negatively about Will Smith and everything that happened. I get it. However, Sab, you were presenting a different perspective.
Yeah, I so you shared with me during our run of show of this that she was kind of badgering people all night with
Mm-hmm.
particular questions. But initially, when I watched this, and still when I watch it, ladies, I don't think it was microaggressive. I just think it was just it was a costume change. When you think of costumes, when you think of costume, wardrobe, and I get it, costume, like you're in a play, right? You're changing your
Mm-hmm.
costumes. But I think I genuinely think, and I'm not caping for some white reporter for a black woman. I'm just saying, like, it genuinely, I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, oh, costume change. But I get I that's how I thought. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't intentional. I don't think it was meant to be microaggressive, if that's a word. But
Mm-hmm.
to your point, you also were like, well, maybe sometimes we just don't, we're so used to that. Maybe we just don't
Mm-hmm.
realize that it's a microaggression.
Mm-hmm.
But I genuinely thought that she was just like, oh, you did a costume change. And she wasn't trying to be condescending and like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I thought it
Mm.
as. But
And I see we kind of have both sides here in the comments. Phoenix said it's not a costume change, it's a wardrobe change, right? Then Aisha said she feels like Tiffany was overreacting because costume change is an old phrase in theater.
yeah.
So this is my question, and it's come up a couple times in the chat. Linda said, did she make the same comments to a white counterpart? And I don't know, but I feel like
No,
no.
she probably said she was
Um,
read by Tiffany so well that
right.
she was probably cognizant the rest of the night.
And that's the point. That's the point, right? Because even if her intention wasn't to offend, the impact is that you offended. So don't tell
Yeah,
nobody else that that's a
yeah.
costume. So let me get you together right now. This ain't a costume. This is real life. She said, I own this dress. This is Dolce and Gabbana, right? Like, let me get you together because I promise I bet you'll be more careful with your words next time.
She was looking really fierce though.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really fierce.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Like this is the best that I've seen Tiffany look in a really
Oh,
long
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When she
She
opens her
was
mouth, it's a different story. However, she looks really good.
it's progress. It's a process, and we make progress, right? So just honor people where they at. So she didn't have to come up with the looks, right? So now we'll see what the next level is,
Mhm.
of PR training or whatnot. So that was interesting. That happened, and yeah, white girl won't say that no more. So moving on. So this brother that we have displayed here, this is Christian Smalls, and he is the new president of the Amazon Union. So Amazon has been known throughout history for making some very uncomfortable working conditions, right? So basically, they have fired him for complaining about the working conditions, and he took that to capitalize on that and formed a union for the workers of Amazon. So this is the first Amazon union. This worker union is in Staten Island, which is a borough of New York City, and he is the president of the Amazon Labor Union. So what he said was, having a union at Amazon gives us the right to collectively bargain over our working conditions, including items such as safety standards, training, breaks, pay, benefits, and other important issues that will make our workplace better. Amazon sometimes addresses issues at work, but it's all temporary. So this union is really going to be important in making sure that they have the support that they need to, so that they are able to have conditions that matter. Right? Conditions that are safe, conditions that are supportive of them as workers. So he was able to flip that and turn that. See, Phoenix says she worked for Amazon and it was horrible. I love shopping with them, but would never shop with them again. And I've heard other people say that have worked for Amazon. It's not all it's cracked up to be. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to him, so that we are able to, so they are able to have the support that they need. So I think I want to cut to our discussion topic.
You want it? Okay.
And the reason is we have a guest on today, and we want to honor her time. So is that okay if we jump to our discussion topic?
Are you asking me, or are you asking the ladies in the community?
Well, both. Both, because we have a guest, and I want to make sure that we are able to get her in here. And because this conversation we've been wanting to have for a couple weeks now, and we haven't been able to.
Yeah, all the other things on the docket are like evergreen. We can get to them next episode.
Perfect. Okay, so to our discussion topic. So let me get that queued up.
Because we
want to know y'all's thoughts. Okay, so let's take a moment while I get this queued up. You all pause, share the broadcast.
Do we think we have time for COVID though? Yes.
Well, let's do the discussion topic now, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
So tag some of your friends, share the broadcast.
Yes.
Because we need
an interesting topic.
We need to know what you think. Okay, so we have a special guest that is coming on. Her name is Kale, and she has been patiently waiting in the wings to come and hang out with us. So let me get her in here. Hey, beautiful.
Hey, ma'am.
How are you? Thank you for your patience.
Thanks for joining. So is it Kale or Callie?
Kale.
It's Kale. Okay, perfect.
Yep. All right, Kale. You can hear us and everything, right?
I can, thankfully, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Kale. Well, like I said, thank you so much for your patience and hanging in the background here. We wanted to bring you in here to have this discussion because we came across this story and it's pretty interesting. And we were like, what might the people feel about this, right? Yes. So just a little bit of background. This woman that is pictured here, her name is Jasmine Wilson. And she makes more than $300,000 a year. She's 28 years old, and she works in the tech world as a woman of color, and not works as a woman of color, but she's a woman of color that works in the tech world, and she's a product designer. Mm-hmm. She made the executive decision for herself. Even though she is able to afford a home, she decided that she wanted to live in a van.
Where does she live? Where does she work as a tech person? Do we know?
Does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
Why?
Because if she lives in New York or if she lives in California, okay. But if she lives in Dallas or if she lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you're living, yeah, it matters. It matters. The cost of living matters. So those are things that I think about.
Okay.
Googling.
Phil, do you have any questions about this before we get into this?
Yeah.
Do you have any clarifying questions?
No, so my husband and I, we watch what's called Rich Rebuilds and on YouTube. And so he is like van, what do you call it, like redesigns. And so like it's all about like these luxury vans because a lot of people are doing this minimalistic thing where they're living in vans. So I'm kind of familiar with the topic. It's not like super weird. I personally, it's not really my thing, but I do understand the pros. Like, so yeah, no.
Okay.
So, and from where you said, Kale, what are some of the pros of someone living in a van?
Yes, please.
So being able to travel about, like one of my favorite things to do is travel, but I hate having to find a hotel. Like I have to check out by 11, but I can't check in till 3, or if I nudge somebody, give them something, that in early, but it's still not a full 24 hours. So the money in me is like, I got it, but I don't like that, So traveling in a van, you don't have to worry about that. So I think that's a huge, huge plus. Being able to pull up right to the beach instead of like, parking and scouting and this, that, the other. Like you could literally camp out at the beach someplace. So I think that's pretty cool. Or like I love the stars, so being able to camp out right there outside is really nice.
Yeah.
And having a kitchen like right there is really cool as well. Having access to like all the electricity and stuff. If you're camping, you don't necessarily have that unless you go to like a particular site that actually has a plug-in, or you take like a general battery like that. So having all of that there is really nice too.
So the community is having a whole fit right now with all these questions.
Yes,
like,
you have to ask.
Wait a minute. So the questions were like, what does the van look like, right? So
do we have
this is so I'm not sharing my screen. I thought I was showing y'all.
Nothing.
Nothing was on there. Okay, so this is a part of the van. Like this is kind of the inside of what it looks like. So you can, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. No, it's kind of small, but there's like a bed that's kind of up above the kitchen area. Then the back door opens. There's a seating area, what have you, right? But then there are many different types of designs for these vans. So this is another one where you can see like the cabinetry and everything is built in and all that. So what about showers? Most of them have showers. Most of them have a toilet in there. So they usually have a fresh water tank and a gray water tank. Gray water is your dirty water. So like Kale was saying, if you go to an RV site, you can dump that, refill, like all that kind of stuff. What other questions y'all have here? Let me see. Linda said, what about hygiene? I'm assuming we're talking about.
You can take a shower at the tech company, like Google, like they have how they have like on-site places for people to exercise and do all the extra stuff. Maybe take a shower. I don't know.
Okay.
What'd you say, Kale?
With the vans, like if people live in the vans, they do that. They'll like go to the gym, or like some people, they may have only a membership just so they can't go shower, brush their teeth,
Okay, so then Irma said, what about security? I'm a New Yorker, so I'm all about being safe. Well, people that live in vans have to be very intentional about where they park their van, right? So a lot of people that are in the van community or tiny home communities, they go to those communities like to park, as opposed to actually just parking at the Walmart parking lot. Like that's not necessarily going to do it, right? So to Adriana's point,
you see Phoenix, is it Phoenix? No, I'm sorry,
Adriana's coming. Yeah, so to Adriana's point, she said, come to Cali, you'll see a whole bunch of RV vans because folks have been priced out. So this is the new thing, right? That people are doing tiny home living, van living, RV living, school bus living. So I'm trying to find out, now that y'all see the pictures, right? Okay, I put the pictures up. Okay, would you live in a van?
No.
Yeah, no. How old am I? I'm 41. So for What did you say, Kel?
I said I need privacy. I have stuff. Like,
But it can be private, yeah, stuff. But it's still private.
No, it's not enough privacy. You're always going to be in some type of public space. You won't have your own private space.
But they have like blackout curtains like that they put on the windows. There's like a whole thing. And then, like you said, with the flexibility of being able to park anywhere, like you can just park at the top of a mountaintop. Nobody's up there.
Until the police come and knock on your window and say you can't park here. Those are things we have to, that's that trauma that we have to think about.
I know. I'm like, dang, why you y'all, I would live in a van. I would live in a van in a heartbeat.
So we want to know why Kimberland can relate to this. Can we speak to why you can relate to this?
Of course. So all of my belongings are in 3 suitcases now. After I have moved, when I moved from out of my house, I downsized. Then I moved into a 1-bedroom loft, downsized some more. Then I moved to Pennsylvania, downsized some more. Then when I left Pennsylvania, I was like, I'm leaving out of here with these suitcases. And that's it. Like, that's all I'm taking with me. So to your point about stuff, there is this Black girl minimalism movement that is going around that people are really starting to lean into. And one of the things that they talk about is this concept of a capsule wardrobe. Have either of you heard of this?
I have not. What is that? What about you, Cal? Kel, have you?
What you say, Kel?
I have a capsule wardrobe. Yeah. So it's certain pieces that kind of can be mixed and matched, but it's a very minimalistic wardrobe so that you're not constant time wondering, well, what am I going to wear today? Well, you know, what will I wear next week? It's pretty standard that just about anything can match with anything else.
Mm-hmm. Like what's that juice? So like on your Steve Jobs type wardrobe. That way.
Exactly. So for instance, Sab, like both of us showed up today. We didn't, plan this, but both of us showed up today in our black tanks or dress or whatever we have on, right? That's our thing. My uniform basically here is black, denim, army fatigue, and pops of white. That's about all I wear.
What if you got to go on a date? Are you going to put on a red lip with all the black or pink lip with all the black?
Why not?
Right. Or do you, would you, like, how do you prepare for a date, Kel? If you're minimalistic.
I have 3 black dresses and I have like one of my favorite pretty pink necklaces and wear a blue necklace. And so I pop on one of those. There's a couple of different shades, pop on a dress, and whatever color shoes I decide, there's 4 choices and out the door.
That's it. Does it not make your life easier, Kel?
Yes. It used to take me hours to get ready. It may take me 15 minutes, a couple extra minutes, obviously, with the shower. But I mean, just in general, getting dressed, it takes no time. I already know pretty much what I'm going to wear. I'm going to pop on a dress. I might pop on leggings if it's chilly.
So let me tell you, I went through this process. So I am not at my actual capsule wardrobe that I really want to be at. But I went through this process as I was deciding what I was going to bring to Mexico. And what it did for me, like this is one of the reasons why when I was in school, I liked wearing school uniform because I don't like having to go into the closet and be like, what am I going to wear? Like, I don't have the time or energy. Also, I don't know if you all are familiar, Kel, you probably are, with Marie Kondo Tidy Up. Yeah. So in her specials, Marie Kondo is, I don't know what you call her, an organization specialist, I'm going to say. I don't know. But everything with her is about, does something bring you joy? Mm-hmm. So what I did is I went through my closet and I was like, do these things bring me joy? Like, does this dress bring me joy? Do these shoes bring me joy? And if my immediate response is not, hell yes, it's gone. Because the only things that I want around me are things that bring me joy. So to our point of having stuff, I'm coming full circle back to my van, okay? To our point of having stuff, I wonder if we have so much stuff, but some of this stuff is not really bringing us joy the way that it should, and we're keeping ourselves in this prison of things when we really could release those things, downsize, okay, because you own your van outright. So let's just say you paid $50,000 to pimp your van. Let's just say, okay. Now you own that outright. So, and you don't have a mortgage, you don't have rent, like you have your things with you. You got gas, but you can go anywhere. Like you can go anywhere. It's the freedom for me. It's the freedom for me.
No, I respect that. I respect that. I really do. I'm still gonna say, like, my couch brings me joy and it won't fit in the van. Nope. That's it right there. That's my favorite thing in the whole living room. We got a minimalist living room. I want the couch. That's it. Like,
oh my God.
I do it with the bed. I do it with the bed. I do it with the bookshelves. That's fine. But the couch, nope. That's it.
So would you, okay. Would you all live in a van?
So much about you too.
Would you live in a van part-time?
Yes.
Like, would you do it like during the off season?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, like I would be like that would be something that I would be very interested in. Yeah, like like we're here in North Carolina. It gets really warm, so like during hurricane season, oh, that would be the time for like 4 months. I'm out. Like I would be more than happy to live in the van. If the couch survives, the couch survives. I'll put it up on bricks or something. The house should be okay. You know, hopefully it doesn't flood.
Do you have to work? So I'm assuming you have to work remote, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, you would need to work remote or
and then that's another thing, your internet. Like, where are you gonna get your internet from? You can't
my God, don't you know that
hotspots are expensive now?
No,
do they even do hotspots anymore?
Yes, girl. Let me tell you something. Even when I'm here in Mexico and I'm doing, so they have different ride share. So they have Uber, they have Rappi, they have Didi, but then they also have this
Rappi.
Yeah, you gotta roll your R. They also have this ride share called Beat, and Beat picks you up in Teslas.
Oh,
and they got Wi-Fi. So yeah, it's very possible to have Wi-Fi installed. Erica said they're like $10 extra with your plan.
Yeah.
Right. So you can have Wi-Fi. A lot of people were asking about utilities. So you have lights, y'all. You have a generator. You have water
that you're paying for. It's kind of like you having all these different streaming services and thinking you're like not paying for cable, but you're actually still paying as much for a cable bill. You have all of these amenities that you would have living in an apartment in your van, but they add up, Kimberland. Kale, they
add up regardless.
But I don't think they'll add up to nearly like as much as a mortgage. I don't think they'll add up to like as much as a mortage.
Say that again, Kale. Say it louder. Say it louder.
I don't think it would add up to as much as a mortgage. Yes, mortgages are expensive.
Yeah,
and then not just that, but the what do we call it? Like the electricity bill or like the gas bill. Like even with gas prices being like $4, depending on where you are, or $5 or $6 or whatever, I still don't think it would be that bad because you're not constantly burning that gas. You can park somewhere and not go anywhere for a day or two, and you're not spending any money. Charge it up when you go to the next place, and it's pretty good.
Did nobody ask you, Kale?
Sorry. I'm sorry. My bad.
Kale, you preaching the truth to the young Black youth. Okay.
I'm trying.
Because listen, this is the thing. This is to Erica. She had made a comment earlier. She was like, she's always trying to figure out how to be more free. I'm always trying to figure out how I can minimize my costs out, right, and maximize my life experience. So if I can remove a bill like rent, look how much more life I can live. Like I can be all over the place. So even if you don't do it full time, it is a possibility to do it part time, right? So then maybe you can Airbnb your house out while you're out on the road gallivanting and carrying on.
I'm gonna write that down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down right now.
I think I would just have to force myself. Like, change doesn't come easily for me. So maybe that's just where I am in my life. Like, I have to kick myself in the butt to want to change, to do it. Like, no, not kick myself in the butt. Like, I have to force myself to do it, which is good. Like, change is good. Like, I want to be uncomfortable, but this would make me hella uncomfortable. Like, it was just...
So what I want to know is, I'm going to ask y'all again. Okay. So after hearing the whole picture, right, and the pros and the cons and the in-betweens, would you live in a van? Okay. Vote in the comments. To your point, Sab, I would, I think it's something to recognizing awareness, right? So I didn't start out with, okay, I live in a van. First, I was like, I would live in a tiny house. And it was because I was tired of cleaning bathrooms. I was like, whose freaking brilliant idea was it for me to have 3 bathrooms in the house? Like, why? So at that point, I was just like, and I hate packing and I hate moving. And the reason is because I don't like, it's just too much. It's just too much. So to Karen's point that she just made, I need 4 walls. Yeah. Somebody asked me this back in 2019, would you live in a van? And I was like, is you crazy? No, I need an address. I need like walls, right? But so I said I would consider living in a tiny house, right? But then the more I started thinking about it, the more I was like, but the mobility though, and the freedom though, like I don't have to go home. My home is in the parking lot.
To your point, you need an address too. Like, you gotta get a PO. But those are things that you think about. Those are things that I'm thinking about. So again, change kicks Sabrina in the butt to change, but I don't know.
But that's the first thing I thought of. Is needing an address.
When we were college students, and how that was a big 180 for us, and we had how, like, I think about that, and oh my god, that was so horrible. Also, have you ladies ever been camping?
Yeah,
I have actually not. Well, I've been camping as a kid, but not like as an adult.
I love camping
in a cabin. Yeah, I went camping with Junior League maybe a couple years ago, and I was sleeping on a cot. And the fact that I had to sleep on a cot with all these women, and I had to go outside to go to the bathroom.
But Sab, this is not a cot. This is
still like minimalist. Like,
you can have a comfortable bed.
Oh God, that was the worst. I had to go outside to go to the restroom.
Now, I was reading an article, and that was one of the things that a couple people were talking about was the worst thing about living in a van is that the little toilets that you can get that like are actually in your van are not necessarily really comfortable. So like one of the biggest things is having to find a bathroom unless you are comfortable going outside. And so that was like, one of the big things. I don't mind going to the bathroom outside. So
I was about to say I would prefer going to the bathroom outside than to go to a public bathroom.
Outside or like a gas station.
Like outside, like on the side of the interstate. Outside, next to this tree.
I would prefer woods, but okay.
But I mean, I'm just saying, if it was an emergency and we had just had to pull off on the side of the interstate, I would rather do that than stop at a rest stop or go to a public bathroom.
I see that.
Facts.
I'm enjoying learning about you ladies, and that's what it is when you get to know people.
Wait a minute. Ashley said a porta potty. Let me tell you what I'm not ever going to do if I can help it again.
No,
is go in a porta potty. I will go outside on the curb before.
I'll risk getting a ticket. I will risk getting a ticket for urination before I go to
lewd and lascivious acts. You hear me?
I would use a porta potty. I've used porta potties in a football game.
You would use a porta potty again?
I use the porta. Yeah, I would use a porta. You don't got to look in the porta potty. You just do your
No.
business.
I can't breathe. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait a minute.
No.
Angela said, get a
No.
diaper.
Ma'am, I can't. I can't even fathom it.
Their porta potties are gross, but that versus can I be that? I would do that versus doing a number 2 in the woods. Like, I don't want to do a number 2 in the woods.
I number 2 in the woods in a hot second. What I'm not going to do
Yes.
is number 2 in this public bathroom.
Yes.
I will number 2 in the woods in a hot second. I promise I would.
Yes. It's so freeing. Sab, you got to try it. It's so freeing. It is so beautiful. If the wind blows, it's so airy. There's no smell. It's so nice.
Listen,
blog about it. Y'all some bloggers or whatever. Blog about it. I'll read y'all blog. And I'll read my
There you go. Bet.
This is real life though. I want y'all real life. I know we are overwhelmingly in the community against van living. However, I want y'all to consider it. Like, I really do, because this young lady is onto something. Like, if you think about it, she makes $300,000 a year. She does not have to worry about retirement. She doesn't have to worry about anything. Like, she is good to
in her 20s.
In her 20s. And living free, just out here, just taking pictures in the sky and carrying on. I'm just saying.
But I think we can address safety too, though.
What'd you say, Kim?
I think addressing safety. I mean, she's a young melanated woman out by herself.
Yep.
You know, she's in her 20s. There's nobody else around. You know, she's driving around. I think that would be a huge concern. I mean, I know, like, I've taken road trips with myself, 30 hours one way, completely solo. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really scared, but all of my family was terrified. Right. I couldn't imagine doing that on a regular basis, just me. Like, if I was to live in a van or something, my husband definitely. But without him, there's no way. Mm-hmm. And if, like, we had children, there's no way I would let my daughter or even my son go live in a van by themselves, just completely roam the free world, and you're solo by yourself. And I think, Seb, you were talking a little bit about the trauma that we face, oh crap, the police knocking on the window, like, what are you doing here? That's terrifying. Mm-hmm. I don't want to experience that. I don't want, so I mean, obviously you can't live your life completely around fear or based solely on fear, but I think some very necessary safety things would have to be addressed prior to people saying, yeah, I'm gonna go live in this van.
Yeah, I agree. Erica says she might have that chopper. She ain't worried. She be like, run up in here if you want. Get a that, okay?
Hey, I respect that. That.
This is a question for you all to ponder, like real life. How much can you free yourself from stuff, or how bonded are you to stuff? Right? If the reason that you're saying I don't want to downsize or minimize or whatever is because I like things, then my question would be, why are you so tied to things? What is it about these things that are giving you fulfillment? What is it about these things that are providing you some sense of security? Like, why are you tied to things? Right. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go and live in a van. That's not for everyone. But maybe you, instead of living in a 6-bedroom house where you have 5 guest rooms, maybe you go to a 2-bedroom house where you can reallocate that money for something else and really think about leaning into experiences as opposed to things, right? That's something that I've learned being here.
What?
Sorry. Irma said, I'm tied to walls, plumbing, and a full size bed.
Yeah.
Y'all crack me up. But maybe it's downsizing. Maybe it is thinking about how you're again having stuff. So maybe you start your minimalization journey in your closet. Like Aisha said, she's in the closet right now. She's purging some clothes, right? Maybe you look at some of the books that you have. That was really tough for me to purge my books. So maybe you look at some of the books. Can you have these books as audiobooks or digital books or whatever, right? So thinking about places in your life where you might be able to minimize your imprint and maximize your enjoyment of life.
I'm going to think on this because I do have a lot of ish. Like I shouldn't be paying for a storage facility for stuff.
Now, when you have a whole apartment.
But it's not enough room.
Well, why we got all these things? So my point, what is this stuff? Huh? What is this stuff? Do we need to just take a picture of some things and keep it pushing? See, Angela said we have to thinking. Angela says she's going to start giving away some stuff. Her husband pays all the bills, but God forbid something happens. I would not want to stay in this big house alone. Right. So I want y'all to just start thinking about this. Right. Go ahead, Kil.
I want to touch on the what did you just say? Oh my God, you just said it. The taking a picture of stuff. Okay. So I used to be a shopaholic. And I say used to because I'm pretty good now. So like, I mean, I've done a lot of therapy with this. So taking a picture of things, I used to have so much stuff. Like it was to the point where I was going to need a storage unit. And so I started going back like, okay, I can't do that because it's ridiculous. I had so many just things. So taking a picture of something before I let it go really helped. That's not something Marie Kondo suggested, but when I was doing the does this bring me joy, and if it didn't really bring me joy but I still had an emotional attachment to it, I took a picture of it. And some things it was ridiculous. I mean, I took a picture from all angles, like whoever looks at the bottom of a knickknack, but it helped because it's like if I really need to remember it that much, okay, fine. And then it got to the point where I didn't need to do that. Just taking a simple quick picture of it and knowing that I had that picture, that if I wanted to see something, it was there. It really helped me let go of a lot of things. So I highly, highly recommend that if people are struggling with letting things go and being more minimal, especially with like clothes and stuff. If you don't wear something that's in your closet, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there's like a hanger trick where you turn your hangers backwards. And it's like 6 months, a year, whatever. If you don't use any of those clothes that's on a backwards hanger, those things go out because you haven't used them. You haven't even looked at them. They're still backwards on the hanger.
Kale.
So what?
Kale.
I didn't plan this. I'm just saying. Kale said she wanted to be on the show. I was like, girl, let's talk about van living.
Kale, I'm going to implement both of those actually. So thank you for sharing that with the community. I'm going to take the picture because I have my whole Google Photos. Like I'm save it, and then you said turn the around stuff.
You turn the hangers backwards. Yeah. So if you would normally so some people are really particular about their closet. So I'm one of those people. So all of my clothes need to face forward towards the door. So if that's the case and you hang if this is a rod and you're hanging your clothes here, you just turn the hanger backwards. Yeah. So that way everything's facing the other way and you have to kind of reach around to get the hanger. Yeah. You're more than likely there's going to be some things that you're not going to use. You're not going to see them because you probably haven't used them in years now. So people have stuff tucked way, way in the back of their closet. They can't even tell you what's in there. It's got tags on it, whatever have you. And it's just there. I used to be an organizer for like 15 years. So, yeah.
That is a great idea. Look, that is a great idea.
Little
really
things.
Great idea. So
little things. You just want to tweak your brain.
You are out here dropping. Like someone said, you were dropping gems. Someone in the community said, Ashley, like you are literally just dropping some gems. As soon as we get off today, I'm going to go in my closet and turn so I hang around. Like I don't wear this, I don't wear that, I don't wear this. That was awesome.
There you go. I'm glad to help.
Whatever.
This is spring cleaning, right? This is the time to think about what this looks like, to downsize and to create space for peace and to release yourself from whatever strongholds that might be there. Okay. So we have some folks. Kale, do you still organize things? Are you still an organizer?
No. So I'm actually a wedding planner now. I closed my business back in 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
Due to COVID and stuff. I was doing cleaning and organizing, and so it just, going into people's homes was not really the business. So I closed it
Gotcha.
down 2 years ago. But yeah, but I still have all the knowledge here,
Yes.
And at some
So,
point,
Kale,
hopefully I'll blog it out.
how can people connect to you, Kale?
You can find me under Wedge Streamlined is easy. I'm also on Mighty Networks on the
NRN Members Network.
If you would like email, climovearies@gmail. Yeah,
Like
reach out. I'm
climb.
happy to share information. Yep, like climbing over.
Okay.
Like I think about like climbing over a mountain as opposed to running into it continuously.
That's good. Okay, so let me display this right quick for those of you who may want to connect with Kale, because honey, she got the knowledge, child. We didn't even know, but this is packed with the knowledge. Okay, so you can connect with her at Wedge Streamline. Is that how we spell it, Kale? Or climoverovaries@gmail.com. Thank you, girl, for coming on here and departing this wisdom, honey.
Yes, ma'am. It has absolutely been my pleasure. I'm going to leave the information there in the chat so that way people can see it.
Perfect. Yes. Sounds good, Kel. Thank you. We will be crossing paths again soon. Okay.
I love it.
Sounds good, ladies.
All right. Bye, Kel. Thank you. How about that? I couldn't have planned that better myself, honey.
Wow. Like, I'm sorry, my mind is blown. I'm gonna watch this a couple times back after I usually watch the episodes back, but I'm definitely gonna watch this back because she dropped so many amazing pointers. Like, I didn't even think of those things, and that's why we have this show to, share all this amazingness with you. But it was just my mind was blown.
Blown. Okay.
So where do we want to go?
Let's wrap up with our mental health moment right quick, because this kind of goes to what we were just talking about with these things.
Mm-hmm. So the month of April is Stress Awareness Month, and the COVID and the pandemic has brought like a lot of it has caused a significant rise of stress levels, and we wanted to share with you 7 simple ways to battle your daily stresses for the month of April, because it's Stress Awareness Month. I didn't know that. So the first one was meditating for 10 to 12 minutes. I use Headspace app. Headspace app, Calm. Remember when Milana Snow? Milana Snow. Mm-hmm. I recorded that meditation session, and I still play it back every once in a while. So if you could just take a minute to meditate for 10 minutes, it says meditation, 10 to 12 minutes of meditation per day has shown to increase one's feelings of well-being and overall satisfaction. And then most people think that everything has to be quiet. You don't have to be quiet in your meditation. Right. Bring all the noise in and just kind of meditate for those 10 to 12 minutes. The next one is giving yourself a hand massage. Didn't think about this one either. It says research from the National Library of Medicine has shown that a hand massage can reduce anxiety and improve one's mood. And it's even been shown to improve sleep, which can help reduce stress as well. I never thought about figuring out how to massage my hand. Like, I want somebody else to do it, but I didn't think about doing it myself. So that's something we also want you to think about. That's number 2. Number 3 is petting an animal. Like, when I first moved to Dallas, I went to the Dallas Animal Shelter place just to see animals. So if you are a fur baby owner, petting an animal, it says petting a dog not only reduces levels of stress and hormones and cortisol, but it also increases the feel-good hormone in oxytocin. I didn't know that, but yes, we all love our fur babies. I live vicariously through my sister's fur baby. Kimberland, I know you had a fur baby, but she's still your fur baby. He is still your fur baby.
And I have 2 fur nephews now, so they keep me busy.
All right, the next one is laughing. As simple as it sounds, it's not simple. Like, it is, because you have to find spaces where you can actually just laugh. Like us just laughing just now was our stress level of stress. Less trouble. Laughter literally is the best medicine. And a Mayo Clinic reports that laughter helps release endorphins. Like, laughing, my stomach hurts. Like I'm getting a workout, laughing at Kimberland and laughing at Kale and laughing at all the little silly stuff that are on Instagram. There's specific Instagram accounts that I follow just to laugh and I save. So
Same.
if you can find a spot like to just a time to just sit and laugh, like there's an Instagram video that I watched several times.
I just put the link in the chat.
Please watch. Which one did you put in the chat for the community?
The one we're at the ball.
Y'all,
I can
please
put the
save
other
that.
one.
The one that Kimberland just shared. Please save it and watch it and then thank us later, please. Next one is break large goals down into small steps. Kimberland, you called them micro goals. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so micro goals is basically honoring the steps on the way to the large goal, right?
Okay.
So if my goal is to become more active, honoring the fact that today I went outside to take out the trash.
Okay.
Great. Today I took the stairs instead of taking the elevator. So honor those small things that might feel like they might feel insignificant, but my motto is every step in the right direction is a step in the right direction. So as long as it's something towards progress, honor that.
Okay. I agree. When it feels like I took on the world and accomplished the world when I break down, do the little small goals and achieve little small goals. So that helps out immensely. Mm-hmm. The next one is choosing your music wisely. Kimberland shared her playlist, but Kimberland, can you share that in the chat?
I will.
Your playlist, but it says the University of Nevada reports that upbeat music has been shown to help people feel more optimistic about life. Meanwhile, music with a slower tempo can relax the muscles and soothe stress. When I am needing to drive or needing to just get amped for the workday, I put on Meg Thee Stallion. I put on Meg and I'm like,
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh yes, I love Meg. I mean, not love. I mean, I do. I don't know. But yes, I like Meg Thee Stallion a lot. The next one is decluttering. We just talked about minimalism, you guys, and I'm still trying to figure this out. It says UCLA Center of Everyday Lives and Families shows it said that there's a direct correlation between cortisol levels and clutter. The same study found that women associate a tidy home with feelings of success. Yes. Mm-hmm. When my home is clean, like I straighten up, I make my bed every morning. I do all of the things every morning. Sometimes I'm late for my work from home job because I'm cleaning my home.
Right.
So I just have my home has to be clean every morning for me. So if I know declutter is different, but just straightening up, having everything clean, and then I don't know, working to be minimalist. What's the word?
Mm-hmm. Minimalistic. There's a direct correlation, as Aisha was saying, between our space and our mind.
Okay.
So when our space gets cluttered, it means our mind is cluttered. So again, when we think about this minimalization process, it's like if I declutter my space, I can declutter my mind and create, again, more space for peace. Karen also just gave a suggestion, do the condiment drawer or that junk drawer that a lot of us have.
Get rid of that. Get rid of it.
Get up in there. Get up in there and get rid of them things, okay?
I need to do that one. Yes, because we all have that drawer. Why is that like a universal thing with Black people?
Listen, I've been trying my best to not. Like, I'll catch myself collecting ketchup packets or
plastic bags
or utensils or where I literally have been like, let me throw this out. Let me break this habit. Consciously do not do this. Yeah, it's a thing.
And then finally going outside, and it says, even if you have 10 minutes to go outside, enjoy some natural sunlight. Research shows that our skin interacts with the sun in a way that helps our brain release the soothing chemical serotonin. Yeah, every time I can, I take a minute to go out on my balcony and just take in the vitamin D. So I'll go over those again. Meditating for 10 to 12 minutes if you can, giving yourself a hand massage, petting an animal, petting a fur baby, laughing whenever you have the opportunity. Just laugh. Get on your Kimberland giggles when you can. Breaking large goals down into small steps, choosing your music wisely, decluttering, and then just going outside, taking in the sunlight.
So I dropped some links into the comments for you all. A link to the video that we were talking about that can kick off your laughter fest. A link to our favorite pet Instagram is called Black People Pets.
Yes.
So we linked a particular video, but get lost in that page. It is literally my happy place. I also dropped my link tree where you can find my curated playlist that I use every morning, as well as an affirmation video.
Thank you.
So that can kind of help with some of this stuff. So thank you, Sab, for those tips. Even with the hand massage, I think it feels so good when I go to get a pedicure, a manicure, but I never think about doing it for myself. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, every time they do it, I'll be like, dang, I didn't realize I had that much stress in my hands. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it definitely is a thing that we can do. So thank you for that.
All right.
So as we prepare to wrap all of this up, we do want to acknowledge our beautiful brown girl spotlight for today. And this beautiful brown princess is Victory Brinker. And Victory has, she set the Guinness World Record as the world's youngest opera singer back when she was 7 years old and 314 days. Okay. She participated in 8 professional performances in 2019 at the Pittsburgh Public Theater's Lights and Legends show. So I'm going to also drop this link into the chat for you all to check out Victory's opera singing. But Lil Sis is too cute, too bright, too shiny.
Her range, her opera, I don't know what they call it in the opera world with the range, but it's just like belts. It's like, yo, I like opera. So
yeah,
to see this little brown girl do it at such a large scale at her age, she's 10 now, but when she got the world record, like Kimberland said, she was 7 years, 314 days old. And yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah, that's still pretty dope.
So shout out to Little Miss Victory and all of her brown girl magic. So we have done a lot of shenanigans today. This has been the most, but it was so much fun. And I hope that you all really enjoyed as well. So we want to make sure that you all are connected to us in all of the ways that matter. So definitely want you to make sure you have gone to beautifulbrowngirls.com to see where our in-person brunch chapters are and to really see some of the things, our team and the information about Beautiful Brown Girls. Also, want to make sure you've connected with us on Facebook at Beautiful Brown Girls, joined our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded, and followed us on Instagram at Beautifully Shaded and on Twitter at Beautiful Brown U. We also want to remind you of the opportunity to join our members network and your chance for only $25 to get all the discounts, all the camaraderie, all of the foolishness like we're doing here, curating that space over there with our VIP members. So definitely want to make sure that you get connected there. So Sab, tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, you guys. I need to give you folks. Remember what we talked about? You folks. I don't like saying folks.
Just say, all right, folks. All right, people.
Folks, all right, folks can find me at sabjackson.com. I don't like y'all. That makes me sound like I'm from Texas and I'm not. So you folks can find me at sabjackson.com. All of my social handles are there. Would love to connect with you there. I'm thinking about putting like my Snapchat and my Twitter and stuff. I think my Snap. Anyway, all of my social handles.
Make a link tree, Sab.
I do have a link tree, but I'm not. Yeah, I'll link tree it on my website. Good idea. But yeah, everything is there. You can find me there. Would love to connect with you on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Are there any other new platforms that I'm not on TikTok?
Kimberland, I was about to say, girl, I can't tell you nothing about the TikToks, honey. I don't know nothing about the TikToks. Okay.
But yes, you can follow me there. What about you, Kimberly?
So y'all can find me at KimberlandJackson.com or mindinmyblackAssBusiness.com. I have actually started actively putting tweets on my Minding My Black Ass Business Twitter. So you can follow me there, my Instagram as well, or you can connect with me at Kimberland Jackson or Kimberland J. I am actually in the middle of a huge branding revamp. So as you're connecting, you'll get to see what that looks like because I'm going to be documenting some of that journey as I'm trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. So So having said all of that, y'all, we just so appreciate you. We do not take it lightly for y'all to spend, almost 2 hours with us every other Monday, laughing at our shenanigans. Kale, thank you again for hanging out with us and depositing your expertise, honey. You were definitely the right one for this show. If you all are interested in being a guest on the show, you can email us at beautifulbrowngirls@gmail.com. And that way we can get you connected, and you can also be a live guest on the show. So having said that, we love you all so much. We will be back Monday after next with our next BrownVersations show. Next week, we have another episode of Brown Girl Boss. And this time we have a trademark attorney that is going to be on. So if you are in business and you are wondering about how to protect your business, or you know somebody that has a business that needs to protect their business, you definitely want to make sure that you come to Brown Girl Boss next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, so you're able to get that information. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all share this. The BrownVersation doesn't stop. We're gonna have to clip some of these shenanigans. Like, this was funny. The BrownVersation doesn't stop here. Keep tagging people. Keep sharing the broadcast. Go back and watch the replay and keep commenting. We love that, and we'll continue to interact with y'all. So we will see y'all back here Friday. Lord Jesus, I said Friday. Monday. After next.
Monday,
same
the 25th.
time. The 25th. Thank you, Sab. Same time, same place. Love y'all to pieces.
Love.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.